Hello! So today I got a wireless microphone review for you. It's this system right here, the Comica WS60 Combo. Yes, and the sound that you are currently hearing is from this mic. Now some quick features about this system right here. The WS60 comes with two lapel mics and two transmitters, both of which have 12 different operating frequencies. Let's see, it also comes with this nice case, comes with all these accessories that you can use with your mobile device. Also, you can plug this into your camera. But here's the thing, I know the big question out there is this system worth purchasing? Should you use this system? I will get more into that later on in the video. I will share my opinion later. I've also got some great mic tests coming up. And yes, you might be thinking this looks like a really long video. Well, I actually made a video table of contents. So if you want to skip around to different parts of this video, go down to the description of this video and you will see the time marks of where to go. Like, let's say if all you want to see is my opinion about this microphone, you can skip ahead to that part in the video. Or if you just want to learn how you set up this on your phone or with your camera, or you just only want to see the microphone tests out in the field, check out the video table of contents. So when you open up the box, you will find a nice case to store this system in, along with two mic transmitters, two lapel mics with the windscreens on them. Also in the box, you will find one Comica receiver. You'll also see that there is a 3.5 millimeter TRRS to TRRS connection audio cable to connect to your device. And you'll also see these little wind muffs right here. Aren't those things cute? That you can put on your microphone. Also in the box is a mini stand to mount both the receiver and your phone, along with a ball head with a cold shoe mount that you can attach to your camera or this stand. You will also find two belt pack clips, a charging cable, product manual, and a warranty card. I want to just jump right into it and go straight into some of these mic tests, because right now I'm just recording this in my room. So, you don't hear the background sounds of street sounds or, airplanes flying overhead or whatnot. So I want to just jump right out into the field and show you how this microphone sounds. So let's do it. All right, so I wanted to give you a test of what it sounds like outside. Right now I'm just standing over a walking overpass over a busy road. So as you can see, there's a bunch of cars that are currently driving under me. So there's a lot of sound right now. There's also some wind. I feel a little bit of wind up here. So this is a mic test. How does it sound? Please write in the comments what you think of how this microphone sounds. So this is what it currently sounds like using the mic on my camera. I took out the Comica mic, so just wanted to check out the sound. Give you a little bit of difference in the sound, compare the two, but let's go back to the Comica mic. So there you have it. There was the first field test of this microphone. How did it sound? Please tell me your opinion in the comments section. Also, the camera that I used to record that clip with and the same camera that I'm using to record this shot with is the Sony a6500. So the sound that you heard came from that camera. Now, before we move on, there is another mic test that I want to do. I want to check how far can I go away from my camera before this mic system drops out. Also, how does this microphone perform if I go out of sight? So right now, if you go on the Amazon listing for this product, it says the unobstructed effective distance can reach up to 197 feet, and obstructed distance can reach 98 feet. So let's go and test that out. All right, so now we're gonna do another mic test. Right now I'm in this lovely park, and as you can see behind me, there is a lot of space, but then there's also trees. So I was gonna see how far I can go back in the line of sight. I also wanted to test out going behind some of these trees right here to see how it sounds, to see if the mic drops out. So I'm gonna start doing that. So I'm gonna walk backwards here. Here I am walking backwards from the camera. I currently have this mic system hooked up to my camera. I'm gonna do a spin here. Can you guys still hear me if I started spinning and maybe dancing like this? But I'm gonna go behind this tree Let's go behind the tree. Let's see, can you guys still hear me? Here I am now behind the tree out of sight. This would be great if you guys can still hear me here. And now I'm gonna go over here and now go behind this tree as well. Can you hear me? Let's see, I would estimate maybe like 20 feet or so away from the camera, 25 feet, but let's keep walking backwards. So I'm gonna walk backwards even more. Here we go, walking backwards. How does it sound? You know, what does this mic sound like if I were to start singing? If I just started singing like this, how does this microphone sound? But right now it has the windscreen on there too, because there is actually a little bit of wind here. So we'll see how good of protection that windscreen is. Now I would say I'm at least 50, 60 feet away from the camera. What if I turn my back to the camera? Can you guys still hear me? My back to the camera. But let's keep on walking. So I'm gonna keep walking backwards. We're going really deep right now. This is pretty far. So if you guys can hear me from this distance, this is pretty good. This is at least, I would say, probably like 100 feet or so plus that I am at right now, and I am still going backwards. I am significantly deep right now. Let's see, what would happen if I turn my back to the camera? Can you guys hear me with my back to the camera like this? And now I'm gonna turn back around, and I'm gonna still keep going backwards. How far can I go with this system? This is easily, I would say, 150 feet. More than that, perhaps. I don't even know. The camera barely looks like anything. I probably look like a flea on the screen. Can you still see me? I am still walking backwards. I hope nobody runs up and steals my camera right now, because it is literally just right there for the taking. I am so far away, I probably could not catch you. So what did you think of that mic test right there? Now, I will let you know about that video. I did estimate how far I was away from the camera, so I didn't use actual measurements in that test. But I do have something really special. I have another distance mic test, and this time I do have measurements. I'm super excited. Just got this 330 foot long measuring tape right here to do some microphone distance tests. I got the Comica WS60 lapel mic hooked up to me right now, and I got my measuring tape out right now, a full 330 feet. So this is what it sounds like at 20 feet. So this is 20 feet right here. So this is what it sounds like at 40 feet. Now we are at 60 feet. So this is what it sounds like at 60 feet. I'm gonna turn my back to the camera again. I'm gonna do a little spin move. I'm gonna spin the opposite direction. How does that sound at 60 feet right there? So now we are at 80 feet. So this is what it looks like at 80 feet. I'm still talking into this microphone. I'm gonna spin around. This is my back to the camera. How do I sound at 80 feet? So this is what it looks like at 100 feet. So I am 100 feet away from the camera right now. Can you guys still hear me? When I'm back to the camera, do a little spin move. Can you guys still hear me when I do that? We just 120 feet away from the camera. So this is 120 feet away from the camera. How does it sound at this distance right here? What if I turn my back to the camera just like this? I'm kind of moving around, and now I'm moving around like this. So right now, this is what it looks like at 140 feet away from the camera. So we're about 140 feet away from the camera, and I'm going to turn my back to the camera. Can you guys still hear me when my back is to the camera? I'm going to do a little spin move just like that. How does that sound right there? Let's keep on going. Here we go. We are still going. I purposely wore this pink shirt so that you guys could see me in this test. So right now we are at 160 feet. So this is 160 feet. Can you still hear me this far away from the camera? My back to the camera. My back is to the camera. We'll spin like this. Okay. 180 feet. So this is 180 feet right here. I'm going to turn my back to the camera just like this. Can you guys still hear me with my back to the camera? So I'm going to go ahead and stop this test at the 180 foot marker right there. Pretty much after 180 feet, this microphone had some pretty significant severe dropouts. So we're going to go ahead and stop it at 180. So there you have it. There's the mic test. What did you think? Please write about it in the comment section below. Also, just want to let you know that during the next section, I will be using a different microphone system to record my voice while showing you how to set up the Comica WS60 system. So now I'm going to show you how to set up your Comica WS60 combo system. So basically unfold your tripod just like this. Then you're going to take your ball head here and screw it on the 1/4" screw sticking out of the stand. Then you're going to take your Comica receiver right here, and you'll notice on each side of the receiver are these arm clamps, and one side has a little cylinder sticking out of it. You're going to want to screw in the opposite side of the cylinder onto the ball head. So I'm going to go ahead and screw that on there just like this. Make sure it's tight. Okay, so now it's on there. Now I'm going to unscrew that cylinder out, and you'll notice that those arm clamps will start to come up from the receiver. And you're going to want to adjust this to the right length to fit your phone. So depending on your phone or your device, you know, it might be bigger or smaller, but I kind of feel like I have a bigger phone. So I'm going to get this going up quite a bit here before I put my phone up. So I'm going to take my phone, put it into my video mode on my camera here, and now I'm going to move those clamps. So you can move those clamps just like that so that it can fit your phone, and then I'm going to put my phone right on there just like that onto this stand, and now I'm going to screw those arm clamps down so that it perfectly fits my phone just like that. And when you put your phone onto the stand with the receiver, you want to make sure that you move your phone just out enough so that the camera is not obstructed by the receiver. Now the next step, you want to go ahead and take this little audio cable right here, and you're going to plug the black part into the side of your receiver, into that little output jack right there. Then on your receiver itself, you want to make sure that this little switch on the bottom where it kind of shows a picture of a camera and then also a phone, you want to make sure that that switch is to the side of the phone. And then you're going to go ahead and plug in the other side of that audio cable straight into your phone, just like that. Now when the phone is attached, if you want, you can also adjust how you want your phone to be on this stand by untightening the screw on the ball head and then tightening it back in where you want it to be. Also too, something that's great about this is on the top of the cylinder, there is actually another 1/4" screw. So if you wanted to actually screw on another device or something else on the top, you can do that as well. This is what the Comica transmitter looks like up close. As you'll notice, there's an LCD screen, which is really nice. It'll tell you a lot of information right there. But let's go ahead and just start with the very top here. You'll see that there is a mute function and a power on. So I'm going to actually turn it off here. So basically, if you hold it in long enough, it'll turn off. And then if you want to turn on, you have to hold that button in and it will turn on. And this is what it looks like when it is turning on. Now, if you want to just mute this transmitter, you can actually just press it once. And then you'll notice this little RF light right here turns red. So now I'm going to unmute that by just pressing it once again. Now if we go over to this side right here, you'll notice there is a button to change the channel. So I'm going to change the channel, and you'll notice right here where it says next to the A, it says 04. That means it's on 04, and then you'll also notice that the frequency changes as well. So let's go to 5, 6, 7, 8. So you'll notice that that changes, and this system has 12 channels that you can choose from. Now on the bottom of the transmitter right here, you'll notice that there is an A and a B. So if I change that switch to B, you'll notice on the LCD screen that it changed frequency. So I'll go ahead and change it back to A. So that's just the different frequency groupings there. But if you want to pick up sound with your receiver, you want to make sure that it's synced up to the correct grouping on your receiver as well. And if we come to this side right here, you'll notice this switch, you can switch between normal recording and also the low cut filter. Right now it's on the low cut filter, but if I want it normal, I can switch it there. And you'll notice on the LCD screen up by the battery icon there, that will change. So I'll change it back to the low cut filter right there. Now looking at the LCD screen right here, you'll notice that in the upper corner there is a little battery icon that shows you how much battery life is left in this transmitter. Also, all the transmitters in this system and the receiver take 3 AAA batteries each. And then if we come over here to this side of the LCD screen, you'll see that there is a mic in notification there with a little mic icon. Basically, if I mute that, so I'll mute that here. Now that you'll see that icon is slashed out, that just means it's muted. Now I'm going to unmute it and we'll come back. And then right next to that little mic icon there is the antenna icon. Now if we go down to the very bottom, you'll see these little bars here in this meter. That's just the volume of the mic. So if I bring that mic up closer to my voice, you'll see that that volume will start to increase. Now if we flip this unit on its side, you'll notice that there is an input jack to plug in the microphone, as well as a USB Type-C port. Now when it comes to using the Comica WS60 transmitter, for the most part, pretty easy, very similar to other wireless microphone transmitters. There is a clip that you can put on there so that you can wear this system as a belt pack, or you can take that clip off, put it in your pocket. Also, as you may notice right now, I'm actually powering this with a USB cable. If you don't want to use the AAA batteries, you can just plug in a USB cable to power this system as well. Also, something else I discovered with this microphone system, if you want to go the distance and still be able to pick up this microphone system the best that you possibly can, I recommend that you wear the belt pack transmitter, this guy right here, on the outside of your clothing instead of in your pocket like this. It seems to perform better if the transmitter is on the outside of your clothing. That is, if you want to go the distance. You might still be able to put this in your pocket, which I have before, been able to put it inside my pocket, being closer up to the camera, and that was okay. So here's an up-close look of what the receiver looks like. I'm going to go ahead and power on the LCD screen. So like with the transmitter, I have to hold in that power button for it to power on. Now if you look at the very top here, you'll notice these buttons right here. It says channel A and channel B. Basically, if you want to change the channel of the corresponding frequency grouping on your receiver, you can do so by pressing those buttons. Now to give you an example, if you look on the receiver, you'll notice there's an A icon and then next to it is 00. Right now on the receiver, the A frequency grouping is set to channel 00. But if I want to change that channel, I'll just press that channel A button right here, and now it's on 01. And then when I did that though, this green light started flashing. Now when you see this green flashing light, what that means is that the receiver is not synced up with the transmitter. That means they're not on the same channel. So if I want to get this synced again, right now the transmitter is on 00, so I have to go back to 00. So if I press this, it only goes up. So I have to press this until it goes back to 00. So now it's back on 00, and this green light is now solid again. So that means my receiver is synced up to my transmitter. Now if we go under the LCD screen right here, you'll notice this button switch. There's an M and an S. Basically the M is for mono, the S is for stereo. Right now it's switched to mono, but if I wanted to, I could switch that to stereo, or I could also switch it back to mono again, so it just depends on what you want. So now if we go down to this corner right here where you see this A and B switch, basically that just shows you which transmitters are active. So currently both A and B transmitters are active. But if you only wanted to, let's say, hear the sound of one of those sides, you can switch it to the A side. So now currently sound is only coming through the A side, and you'll even notice these lights, like the B light right here has changed to a solid red color because there's no sound coming through that B side. But if you want to just hear B, you can switch it to B, or if you want both, then you just switch it back to the middle. Now at the very bottom, you'll notice this little switch right here. Next to it is an icon of a phone and then an icon of a camera. Right now, because the switch is by the phone icon, that means this is the receiver is ready to use with my phone. But if I want to use this with my camera, then I'll switch it over to use with my camera. Now if you flip the receiver over on its side, this is what it will look like. You'll notice on the very end here, you have a little knob that allows you to control the volume of the A transmitter. There's also a volume knob to control the B transmitter. There is also a USB Type-C port right there. So if you don't want to use the AAA batteries to power your receiver, you can plug in the Type-C cord into that port. Also, there is an output jack as well as the headphone jack. Now to tell you a little bit more about the LCD screen and what you're currently seeing, there's a lot of information on there on the receiver part, but very similar to the transmitter, you'll notice the battery icon telling you the battery life. Also right next to it, it'll tell you whether it is ready to use with your phone or the camera. So if you wanted to change that to camera, that little icon will then change to camera. Also next to that, you'll notice there's an M that just lets you know that it's switched to mono. Now in the upper corner here where you see these antenna icons, basically that just shows the signal strength of both the A and the B units. Now if you notice this middle row right here, the A and the B, like I explained before about the channels, basically that just shows you which channels each of those units are in. Now at the very bottom here, you'll notice the volume meter for each of the A and B mic units. Now if you want to go ahead and change the volume, you can. So if I change the volume to one of those units, so I'm now turning it up, you'll notice that that little number there in the corner changes, so it's at 9 right now. But if I change it here, see now it's going down because I am turning the volume down. And I can do that on the B side as well. Now when it comes to mounting this wireless mic system on your camera, for the most part it's pretty easy, just like mounting other wireless mic systems. Basically just take the included ball head here that came with the Comica mic, and I'm going to put the receiver on the 1/4" screw on the top here, just like that. Okay, but now here is the most important part of setting this up on your camera. Is you want to make sure when you plug this cable in. So if I show a close-up of this cable, you'll notice that it's actually a TRRS to TRRS connection. So you do not want to plug the TRRS connection into your camera unless you have it switched into the camera mode on the receiver. Now I will let you know, when I first was setting this mic system up on my camera, and I noticed that the audio cable is a TRRS connection, which is usually something that you want to plug into your phone. But when I noticed that, I was concerned, didn't want to plug it into my camera. So what I ended up doing initially was I went online and I found that you can actually buy this cable right here. It's actually a TRRS female to the TRS male, which you can then plug straight into your camera. Now for those of you out there who share a similar concern and you open up your Comica box and you see, oh, I got this TRRS cable, and you're like, how am I supposed to plug this into my camera? Basically through an email thread after I had already purchased this adapter cable right here, I found out that it is okay to plug the audio cable supplied with the WS60 Comica system into your camera as long as you have the receiver set into that camera mode. Now the big question is, would I recommend this wireless microphone system right here? My short answer to that question is yes. Yes, I totally would recommend the Comica WS60 Combo. I thought that this system performed well overall. My voice, for the most part, I think sounds pretty crisp, pretty clear, you know, not too muffled, also not too nasally as well. So for the amateur video makers out there, and also for some professional video makers out there, I think that this system could actually work out really great. Now, there is a group of people that I would not recommend this wireless mic system for. Like, let's say if you're wanting to capture audio really far away from your camera, then this may not be the best system for you. If you remember my distance mic test, once I got to the 80 to 100 foot marker and beyond, you know, I started experiencing multiple dropouts with this system. And then once I got to the 180 foot mark, pretty much after that, I would say that for the most part, the footage was unusable. It was really hard to capture audio from that test beyond 180 feet. So for the people out there that just want to use, you know, a mic system 50 feet and under, you know, this is going to be a great mic system, and I would totally recommend this system for you. Also, too, what I love about this system is it comes with so many accessories, you know, to put with your cell phone. You can actually mount your cell phone to the receiver. Comes with this case right here, you know, a ball head. Comes with the TRRS cable to plug into your phone. I feel like a lot of these accessories could cost you an arm and a leg if you just bought them separately, but they come with this system, which is really, really great. So I would recommend this system, especially if you're wanting to use it with your phone and your phone has a 3.5 millimeter jack on it, then yes, this would be a great system for you. But if your phone does not have a 3.5 millimeter jack on it, then yes, you will need to get an adapter cable to use this system on your phone. All right, so there you have it. What do you think about this Comica WS60 wireless microphone system? Please tell me your opinions in the comment section of this video. Also, just want to put out there, made a new YouTube channel about microphones. So if you guys want to follow me there, you know, I'm going to hopefully post a bunch of review videos about microphones. Also do some mic comparison videos. Also just make some microphone videos in general. So please follow me there. You know, you can check out the links somewhere on the screen here. Also, I will post that in the description, the link to that channel as well. So thank you everybody for watching this video, this wireless microphone review. Until next time, enjoy.